2025 has been ImmersionCraft's biggest year ever. This year we've opened a whopping 21 rides across 2 new servers, had our best Halloween event yet, and pushed Minecraft Bedrock technology further than ever before. It's certainly not going to be easy to top the year we've had. My name is Iron Agent, Head of R&D at ImmersionCraft, and we are ready to show you what we've got planned for 2026. In November, we opened Phase 1 of Thorpe Park MC after a long wait. Since then, we've gathered community feedback where most people have said they'd prefer smaller but more frequent phases in the future, so we're doing just that. Phase 2 of Thorpe Park MC will include the Flying Fish and Storm Surge as its main attractions, as well as the surrounding area around these rides, such as the Megastore. Phase 2 construction has already begun, and we're hoping to open the expansion in early 2026. You can check both blog posters and our socials for the latest updates. Once Phase 2 is opened, we're also going to be bringing the long-anticipated ride models to Thorpe Park MC. Stealth will undergo a short, temporary closure, where we will retrofit the ride with a new system to accommodate a custom train model, much like the rides at Angel Park and Bidmore Park and Resort. Our plan is to do as much of the work as possible without closing Stealth on the server, but as mentioned, we do expect a short closure. We'll be announcing the date and length of the closure after the opening of Phase 2. Now that's exciting, but we're not done. Looking beyond early 2026, we have a spine-tingling announcement to make for later in the year. ImmersionCraft and Block Coasters are proud to be hosting our first ever Thorpe Park MC Fright Nights next year. Details such as the attraction lineup and start date will also be announced on our socials later this year.
To begin, over the past few months you may have heard some whispers of a brand new ImmersionCraft map, and so get ready to enter the Twilight Zone on ImmersionCraft's one-to-one recreation of the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, a new dimension of chills. This new map will feature just the one standalone attraction, but we've kitted out with some of the most advanced and jaw-dropping effects ever. This ride is based off the Paris version of the Hollywood Tower Hotel, meaning each of its 3 lifts will show a different story with unique scenes. You'll be able to ride the attraction on our server for a limited time before it is closed and a world download is released. Although we have just announced one brand new map coming out in 2026, how about another one? The Immersioneering department has been hard at work creating Minecraft's first recreation of a theme park within the United Kingdom. This theme park will begin operating in 2026 and is going to be using the same phased approach as we did with Thorpe Park MC. This is a theme park that means a lot to me and has seen some recreations attempted in the past but never released. This is of course a one-to-one recreation of Drayton Manor Resort. Phase 1 will include the park's entrance, Adventure Cove and Thomasland. So, let's go have a look around. Peep peep!
Recently, we began partnering with the OpenAS Bedrock team, who are creating an open-sourced Bedrock audio server. We've been testing the system out on Angel Park for a few months now, and we're now ready to release it to our guests. Starting with the Tower of Terror server, and then moving to Angel, you'll be able to connect and listen to ambient audio as you move around the park. This brand new ambience will enhance all of our existing areas, but it will not affect any of our attractions, so if you prefer not to connect, you'll still be able to hear pre-show and ride audio as you can now. We'd like to thank the OpenAS Bedrock developers for allowing us to be one of the first servers to test this new technology. Our staff are very happy with the system so far. On screen you can see a preview of a menu where you'll be able to connect. Your username and ID will appear on the in-game sidebar when you connect to any of our servers.
Now on to Angel Park. You didn't think we'd forgotten about it, did you? In 2026, Angel Park will turn 5 years old, and to celebrate we'll be putting on a year-round mega event. There'll be an all-new show celebrating the history of Enchil Park, making use of our fountain and lighting tools, as well as the OpenAS Bedrock audio server. The Enchil Park Hotel will be opening its doors for the first time. You can enjoy the most luxurious experience in our themed rooms, or have a swing on Golf Guaf Goff, our enchanted golf course. Explore the hotel gardens, and even take the Enchil Park Express right into the heart of the theme park.
With it being a special year for Enchil, it wouldn't be fantastic if the biggest coaster here wasn't open, would it? Well, we have some good news. Construction of the newly refurbished Andromeda has progressed quickly in recent months, with the exterior buildings almost complete. The area still features the same attractions, although they've all received a facelift and some completely reimagined. Mission Astrope has been relocated and will now feature upgraded ride vehicles making use of Project Motion technology. Fusion has also moved and will have an updated model as well as additional effects. The Nova Rangers Driving School has been reimagined to now be a thrilling but family-friendly car ride, where you can race along the lunar hillscape and around the Andromeda facility. And finally, Polaris has been completely retracked. We will of course be fitting Polaris with our signature Project Motion technology, but it might look a little bit different to what you're expecting. The ride you're looking at right now is running an experimental version of Project Motion, an early demo of the Mark V system. Since the debut of our custom train technology in March, we've been constantly upgrading and refining it. During 2025, we added multi-train operations to our rides, reduced their performance impact on our servers, and upgraded the boarding system to allow players to choose any seat they want on the vehicles. Now, it's time to see what's next. This is of course an early demonstration, so it's not perfect, but as you can see, my player model is now rotating with the train as it moves. This has been a much requested upgrade, which makes the off-ride experience much more realistic for players watching from afar. In terms of your on-ride experience, we're hoping to continue making our rides smoother. We're also making further upgrades to our boarding process, as players have had some difficulty selecting seats, especially on mobile devices. Another big feature we've been working on is a complete reimagining of the manual controls for our rides. This is a brand new custom operator control panel. You're able to click all 4 of the buttons on here, and they're accompanied by a clicking noise and a small light on the console. When developing these panels, we made sure they could interface with any command block system seamlessly, which is why we're excited to announce that the first installation of our control panels will be at Bidmore Park this January, fitted onto Conquest Trials of the Crown. In addition to the control panels, our new manual controls will allow operators to manually toggle the restraints of each row by walking down the train and interacting with each of the cars, much like a real-life ride attendant would do. Once we've added these new features to our rides, we're going to begin offering guests the opportunity to manually operate our rides for a small coin fee. And that's all for today's announcements. The ImmersionCraft team wishes you all a happy new year. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about the announcements made today, you can ask us in the comments or on our Discord server. Although we've announced lots of exciting things today, we've still got some small additional announcements to make throughout 2026, so look out for those.